Yes, indeed, man. Come hither, come hither. You guys, this is I, Quan Mickel, Danquane Mickel, son of Naomi Mickel, product of a single parent, one of five. What I do and what I love to do is connect with others and build and grow. I've just established an extreme passion for that. And this is my ability, or this platform is trying to convey that in a special way to reach outside these walls a little bit more. If anything, what I want to get out of this opportunity is to get familiar conversations with unfamiliar people, branch out, and again, just be more. Just want to educate, empower, and enlighten. More than anything, that's what we want to do. My purposeful journey, whenever I plant these 10 toes down on the floor, is to galvanize the masses and be something for someone. Because everybody's something. Everybody's someone something. That's a mother. That's a brother. That's a friend. That's a cousin. That's a lover. Father, son. You know, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to build, and that's what I love to do. So, whenever you click on Neo Life and you see this beautiful face, just know that's what you're in store for. Just an opportunity to just have a conversation and just empower and enlighten and grow. Okay. All right.
So you mentioned prior to the podcast, you wanted to speak on what does coaching mean to you?
Yes, indeed.
So I'm going to ask you that question. What does coaching mean to you? Can you define the definition of coaching in your own words?
So coaching is a master of teaching, the ability to connect. Coach, for some odd reason, it kind of lost its luster. It's Gustav, it's gravitas. Like when you in the slums, or you in whatever, I guess the lower tier in regards to society, sport is your out. And with sports being your out, the conduit to getting you from one spot to the other tends to be the coach. The coach is the one that's held in high regard. It's not a doctor. It's not this person, not this person. It's the coach. The coach is your key to getting there. And a lot of time the coach is like the father figure in a lot of homes, because we're in that middle age area where we're the middle child, where we're not yesteryear's athlete, but we're not the future either, you know, being the present that is. So coaching to me was something, because, again, I was in a fatherless home, so I kind of connected with that, and I didn't miss having a father, because I never had it, because you can't miss something that you never had. But you could kind of lean on those things that could kind of fill those gaps in a sense. So coaching was that for me, and now I've seen the good and I've seen the bad, and the way that you can kind of build and bleed into these kids, man. I've spoken to Robbie about this many a times, where America tends to eat its babies, and Tupac Shakur famously said that, and that holds true to this day, where we tend to eat our babies, and we need to, as leaders and people that want to, that have these kids' attentions, is to use that for the betterment of good, and that's to bleed in and lead in and give experience and appropriate guidance, but also empathy, and know when to push, when to pull, but also listen as well. A lot of times people like, it's my way or the highway, but you need to collaborate and cooperate, and that's what makes the situation better. That's my spill, man, and I'm gonna die on that hill. So that's my purposeful journey in regards to coaching.
And is there any carryover, or so something that you get out of coaching? Does does that translate into everyday life? Is there certain aspects of coaching that carries over into being a father, a husband, just everyday
Yes,
life?
indeed. Most definitely. That's that listening part. If you hear your voice all day, that God complex come in too, because it's like I'm talking and people are just doing and listening to me, but when you need to sit back and listen, that allow you to learn more about a person. They say you learn more about the individual through their playlist than anything, and a playlist on music is what? Listening. So that allows me to listen to my girls, listen to the wife, see what's going on. And same thing whenever you engaging with an athlete and you want them to power clean, if you want them to do a shoulder press, you want them to do any kind of particular movement, you have to see, listen, and then that allow you to coach anything, because sometimes somebody do it perfect and ain't no need for coaching, but if you jump right in there and you trying to give instruction, like, well, damn, you already assuming that they're going to fail at whatever it is that you got set out for them. So heavens, just a lot of times, yeah, a lot of those things bleed in, and that's so is life. You can't put this thing here in this box and then put this thing in this box. Man, a lot of that shit just bleeding in together.
Right.
Just like politics and religion, sports and entertainment. Like, there's no hiding it. Everything is just this massive gumbo.
Right.
Louisiana boy.
Right. So coaching, it's not a dictatorship.
No. Nuh-uh. It's a collaborative. I'm not a big fan of the hierarchy approach. I like the more of like a web, not church per se. You want to have a round table. What is it? King Arthur, how it was more of a round table approach. I wasn't no head of the table. As far as I'm concerned, from my POV, Jesus was in the middle, and that's the kind of approach that you have where you, amongst others, they can lean on you as a leader because your voice is that, or you display that kind of authority in a sense, but it's not something that's like you beating on your chest and saying like, I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Because most times people that says that I'm the guy, they're not the guy. If you have to remind somebody that you're the leader, you're not the leader. So that's it. A lot of this stuff, man, is just it's so not easy, but when it comes so natural, you'll forget that not everybody has that ability to just read a room,
Right.
and engage with others. So.
Right. And as far as sports performance is concerned, you work and have worked with a lot of kids from all different sports. Is there a common denominator that you see amongst these kids as far as maybe some of their weaknesses, like a common thing, or for lack of a better term, flaw that you see?
Yeah. Most common today is not the physical attributes, because this is the biggest, the fastest, the most athletic, the most fluid athletes has ever been. As far as like you can look that up on any site, or you can watch any game and see today's athlete is just superior in that regard. But it's more so the mental component of it all from a sports performance coach. So you have to do more in regards to the psyche, and then allow the physical to kind of do its thing, So that's where that connectivity, that connection, that ability to listen is very, very vital, very key. And I've seen that transition from female to male, D1 to youth, recreational to potential professional. It's not a broad stroke approach. It's more like a finite tune. You taking that paintbrush and you trying to engage and be as Picasso-like as possible. But it's just a matter of you doing your due diligence and wanting to learn the person, and then the athlete will come around. So, and that's why I've seen a lot of coaches from yesteryear and some in my past have failed, where the ability to connect with the person. Danquane Mickel was not a priority. The athlete, that Danquane Mickel, the identity of the athlete was the main focus when that shouldn't have been. We need to reverse engineer our way of thinking and engaging with these people because, like I said in the beginning, you are someone, something. And when you're someone, something, my approach of an athlete is that this is somebody's son. This is somebody's daughter. And I got 2 girls of my own. Your ass ain't about to talk to my kids like that. You're not about to disrespect them in no way. So you have to earn their respect, you know, and then they'll give it back. It's something about someone that's willing to have them to run through a wall for you, even if they don't have the ability. But their willingness and their want to, their drive to do that for you leaks into the way that you're able to connect with them. And that's the person, so.
Nice. And to you, what would you say is the most rewarding part, the most rewarding aspect?
Yeah. And the most rewarding thing for me, and this is what I've seen with grown men and grown women and again, youth sports as well, is when that love for you, even whenever you're not necessarily directly connected with them, is shown, you know? Like, you can go in my office now and you will see plaques of this thing, you know, the Savage Mountain, the Neo Fit Performance Center. Like, they come, the reviews, it's off of the fact that they love and respect, and it's true, it's genuine. You know, you're not asking them to do it or will make them aware of it, but they still have to do said act, you know, and they come in droves, and it's because it's easy to see. You can't fake what we have. You can't fake that love and that genuine connection. So as a coach, that's what I strive for. And I ain't batting 1,000. There's some people that can't stand my ass, man. But it's a level of respect that's there where they're like, look, I mean, you ain't for me, you know?
Right.
But that's okay. If you're driven and you're determined and it's no wavering in your way that you engage with others, they may not like you, but they'll respect you.
Yep.
A lot of times people fall victim to, you know, leaning on and going for the boos. I mean, going for the cheers. And so if you thrive off the cheers, you're going to die by the boos because fuckers are happening. It's very fickle. So if you could just stay straight laced and just stay consistent more than anything, they may not like it, but they know like whatever's being done is for the betterment of me, you know? And they have to circle back and be like, hey, I wasn't ready for you, but now I am.
Right.
You know? So that's ultimately what gives me the most joy, and that's the most rewarding.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I like that. So I have you're a movie guy.
Oh, my man.
We chalk it up very frequently on movies.
Most definitely.
So I have a question.
Talk to me.
What is one movie that you would recommend to student athletes to watch, regardless of sport? Something that you would recommend that they can gain something from.
God bless.
That's tough.
You came off the top rope.
Yeah.
You came off the top rope. Put me on that one. Man, what movie? And I got to give you a quick answer. Okay, so if I'm leaning on perseverance, I got to go, man. And you know, it's just a feel-good film. I got to go Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge is just a feel-good film that's military, but this guy I think he was a nurse, and the internet's undefeated. So if anybody's in the comments and I says it's wrong, light him up, not me. Hacksaw Ridge, yeah, this guy had an altercation where him and his brother got in a tussle. They squabbled, and then he spazzed out. So he never want to go in that route anymore. So he went to World War II as a nurse, in the field and was just there to help whomever, both sides, either side, was just to help people. But that film came out in a time where America was in its most treacherous state, man. As far as like, no, we're not in the 60s in regards to like how blatant racism was, but it was probably much close as ever for a kid that's born in the 90s could ever be. So like in the midst of all that, they dropped this film. It's a feel-good film. It's a great film, and it's just about emphasizing the ability to be just a great person. And no matter the circumstances, no matter the situation, you just want to go for the good of people. And I feel like that's an incredible superpower. And that's the banger, bro. That's the one I sent to people.
I'm going to have to watch it. I haven't even seen it.
Man, bro.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield. Yes, indeed. My favorite Spider-Man.
So, well, yeah, a lot of good stuff in this episode. Is there anything you want to wrap it up with? Anything you want to put out there to the world? Any ending quotes, ideas?
Man, so what we'll end it with is competitors, welcome. Competitors, welcome. And just know that you're loved, that you're cared for, that you're thought highly of. You could have been anywhere in the world, but today you chose to be here with us, and you're much appreciated. God bless.
That's beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Bang!